News 98 WLDN. I'm Jason Wilder, your host today on The Breakfast Beat. We're going to be joined in studio this morning by Meresa Salisbury. And Meresa is, part of the second annual Disc Golf for Haiti tournament, sponsored by St. Simon's Church in Ludington. Meresa, first off, thank you for joining us, and welcome to The Breakfast Beat for the first time.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right. Well, it's good to have you by. And, I'll tell you what, something that doesn't weigh very heavily on people's minds a lot of time around here are some of the things that people should think about. Haiti was devastated years ago by an earthquake. I say years ago. It wasn't that long ago, honestly. But really, I think it's one of those things that people have kind of forgotten about, and have forgotten that it's still a devastated area.
Oh, it sure is. You know, they already had a lot of poverty to begin with. An earthquake hit in 2010, and it just complicated it, made things a lot worse.
Oh, yeah, and definitely so. And there's still a lot of things that they're recovering from down there. Now, you had a chance to, before we get into the talk about fundraising for Haiti, the Disc Golf for Haiti tournament, you've been there. And you've seen it firsthand.
I just came back on the 20th of this month of May, and it was, all I can describe is that there is a lot of poverty. Everywhere I look, there's actually homes built on top of homes. They're all made out of tin.
Wasn't that part of the issue before the earthquake?
Exactly.
Okay.
So those temporary structures that were tin structures were actually leveled. And for a while, people were living out of tents that was put up by different nonprofits, by the government. And people are now starting to get back into those tin type of homes. It actually was a step up from what their temporary structure was.
Now, what's the difference? You've got Haiti on one side of the island, and you've got Dominican Republic.
Correct. It's
on the other side of the island. Mm-hmm. But it seems like even though the island, the whole island shook with the earthquake, the Dominican Republic has recovered kind of nicely. Mm-hmm. What's the biggest difference?
Well, the epicenter of the earthquake was actually in Port-au-Prince.
Okay.
Was actually in the capital of Haiti. And that is where right now there's just been quite a struggle to recover. There's a lot of nonprofits that are in there, but there's so much broad poverty everywhere you look. That's the best way I can describe it, because it's really lost for words when you're seeing it for yourself.
It was a lot of broad poverty before the earthquake.
Correct. Yep.
So we're trying to correct problems that not necessarily were brought on by the earthquake, but were ongoing in Haiti through a series of dictators and et cetera, people who are just trying money grabs and et cetera. There's a lot of things that Haiti, I should say, is in need of at this point.
Definitely. And this is where St. Simon's tries to help with that. We actually sponsor a school in Port-au-Prince.
Okay.
In a particular area of Port-au-Prince called Cité Militaire. It's the School of the Infant Jesus. And right now they have more than 920 kids that attend that school. And there are also 48 children that live there. Their parents are deceased, or their families, frankly, cannot afford to take care of them, and they were living on the street.
I think it's amazing sometimes when you talk about how much it costs to support these types of things, like a school or send food to, or et cetera. Really, by comparison with what we spend on a daily basis on some other things, it's really just a little bit of money.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And, there's something, too, about empowering these children. The money obviously takes care of things like they need a new roof, and it takes care of school books. But when children know that someone cares for them, it empowers them. And it makes a big difference for the programs and standing behind these children to help them get out of poverty.
All right. Meresa Salisbury is my guest this morning, and she is with the second annual Disc Golf for Haiti tournament. That's what she's representing today. And it's coming up here on June 20th. Want to talk a little bit about the event. First off, the website, if you'd like to find out more, is discgolfforhaiti.com. Now, Meresa, what are some of the cool things that we've got lined up for Saturday, June 20th?
Well, this is an all-day event. If you've never heard of disc golf, or you've heard of it and want to learn how to play, the day starts with a morning session at 10 o'clock. A registration opens at 9:30, but you can register through St. Simon's Parish as well. And you actually get to learn how to play, and there's some drawings that are specifically for the people learning how to play. Then later in the day is the actual tournament, and it starts at 1 o'clock. There's 4 divisions: advanced, women's advanced, intermediate, and recreational. And we also have hot dogs and brats from Sanders Meats, cookies from Country View Bakery, So it's really an all-day event.
Yeah, and I think one of the neat things about it is it's not just Frisbee golf, is what a lot of people know it as. It's
Yes.
disc golf is what the players and purveyors call it, but those that not in the know just call it Frisbee golf. And but it's a lot more than just flipping a Frisbee around. But it's there. An event for everybody, even if you don't particularly care for disc golf. Come on out, have some food, have some fun. There'll be a lot of people to join you.
Oh, absolutely. The actual disc golf park on Shovey Road is actually just west of the Mason County Campground.
Sure.
And you can make it a family fun day. It's a covered pavilion. You can have your hot dogs or brats from Sanders. There's a playground next to there. There's actually gift basket drawings from a lot of local businesses going on too. So even if you're just checking things out or looking for something different for your family, there's really something there for everybody.
All right. Once again, Meresa Salisbury is my guest this morning on the Breakfast Beat. We're talking a little bit about the devastation in Haiti that still kind of lingers, more than kind of lingers. It really does in that country after an earthquake here a few years ago. And it's the second annual Disc Golf for Haiti tournament, brought to you in part by St. Simon's Church. And a lot of really cool sponsors have lent their hand and decided to help out too. Meresa has a list of the sponsors, and we wanted to make sure that they get mentioned as we move forward through our chat here this morning. Meresa, why don't you tell us a little bit about the sponsors?
We have an awesome list of supporters out of the area that have just stepped up and help in any way possible. That includes Annie Mac Charters, Montgomery Inn and Suites, Myers Shop and Save, Pond Hill Farm, Chef John's European Bakery, Jimmy John's, Family Video, Sanders Meats, House of Flavors, McDonald's Bakery, Old Hamlin Restaurant, Country View Bakery, Amber Elk Ranch, Ron's Place, Trailhead Bike Shop, and The Windowsill.
And I think one of the cool things is that not just food, not just disc golf on that day, which is coming up once again June 20th. You're going to have raffles and gift baskets and all kinds of stuff. And a lot of the sponsors have stepped up and donated items for it.
Oh, absolutely. We have gift certificates for Old Hamlin Restaurant. We have gift certificates for House of Flavors. We have actually for Amber Elk Ranch. A family of four can take a look at their elk on their wagon ride trip. So there's lots of things. It's not just restaurants too, but area attractions that have donated passes or tickets to be part of the gift basket raffle.
All right, fantastic. Once again, Meresa Salisbury, in your experience while you were in Haiti, what were some of the things that were you down there to work, or were you down there just to take a look around? Or I'm going to imagine not a lot of people go there for tourism right now.
No, they're working on that.
Yeah.
There are big establishments like Marriott, so
Sure.
you can actually take a vacation in Haiti. My purpose of being there actually was to see what more we can do to help the school.
Okay.
One of the things I was looking at was the roof badly needs to be replaced. So I was taking pictures and speaking to an engineer to see what other angles I could get or what questions I could ask the school to see about the roof replacement. I was trying to see what other things are needed for the kids. For instance, the afternoon kids do not have any books or using photocopies. So that would be the proceeds are going to go for this event is to help towards the school books. So although I was there to take in Haiti itself, my goal was to see how else can we help the school.
All right. Well, fantastic. It's a great cause, and if you want to know more, there's also a telephone number for you to call.
Oh, absolutely. 231-492-6871.
Or once again, I should say, the website is discgolfforhaiti.com. Go ahead and log on, find out more, and you could really help out just being a part of this event. Go to the online, go to the website, or give a call if you can't make it to the disc golf tournament for Haiti. I'm sure that you'd take donations on the side if somebody just called and wanted to donate a few dollars.
Absolutely. You can also send that to St. Simon's Church.
Okay.
If you want to see some of what I seen, I took lots of pictures, took video. If you go to the Send Hearts to Haiti on Facebook,
okay,
you actually will be able to get to see some of the things I got to see firsthand.
All right, and so go ahead. Another place where you can look, maybe inspire you to help out with the donations to Haiti. Meresa, thanks for coming on. It's been enlightening. I guess I didn't realize that there was such a drive to help the unfortunate folks in Haiti right here in our own community. Thanks for enlightening me.
Well, thank you. You know, one thing, just to add a quick note here, in the United States, we have a lot of help. You know, we have churches. We have someone that may be out on the street that's be able to help when you know a family is struggling. When you have an area that has such a gross amount of poverty, they don't have that, other than the organization stepping in. So we are able to provide that help that will hopefully end poverty there in Port-au-Prince.
All right. Once again, discgolfforhaiti.com is the website. I'm Jason Wilder. Thanks again to Meresa Salisbury for stopping in today. And you keep it right here on News 98 WLDN. We've got a check of the forecast from Environment Michigan straight ahead.